is a following up video from a previous video I made a few months, I would say, my history at Fanime. Now, this is another convention that I frequently went to that is now at the San Jose McHenry Center. Now, what is the name of this con? It's a streaming service that is Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll has invented Verve. So, what is the history of me and Crunchyroll? Well, let's get into it. So, me and my brother are cosplay originals at the Santa Clara Convention Center in California. So, with all that being said, the first thing I saw when I walked into Crunchyroll was a bunch of black security guards. Now, I was like, hold up. Now, this is back when I was up in the rising, when I was just working my way through fame, when I was just famous off doing anime music videos, but I wasn't famous off going to conventions yet. Now, when I went to this convention, it revamped myself to think about why did I go to cons in the first place, you know? So I went there, and it was actually a lot more than I expected. You know, it was a pretty big convention center, you know. I got to see, first off, my brother was new. Let me get this out the way. To the anime community. And when I mean the anime community, I mean Afro Senju, Heavenly Controller, you know, for Neverworld, Tekken 101, the people who talk about anime like how I'm doing right now. But this is a little bit more personal. So, the crazy thing about it is, I saw a whole bunch of cosplayers. I saw Suyu, I saw Shiru from Devilman Wonderland. I'm like, dude, this is a hella cool. It reminds me, like, back in the day, this used to be pretty cool. But it was still just people in cosplay. But what made it even better is I had a lot of references to hip-hop and anime when I went there. So me and my brothers, being the two black guys that we are, we got to go to a panel that was specifically about nerds and hip-hop and why Rick and Morty had that Ice-T episode and why nerds and Eminem are so heavy on hip-hop. And it was like, it brightened my horizon, like, this is going good. This is back when we were watching My Hero Academia Season 2, by the way, where we see Gran Torino with the graffiti. Now, where am I getting at here is that I got to incorporate both worlds when I got to this convention. Now, when I saw this, I looked at the panel, I'm like, dude, they have a lot of shit. Now, I saw one of my subscriptions there, and I told my brother about it, and he didn't like the anime community. He's like, oh, they're so fucking stupid. They read manga, and they spoil the show for everyone, and I showed him, I'm like, dude, Mother's Basement is performing. He's doing anime opening explanations. And my brother's like, well, what is that? And so I went there. I'm like, man, you need to check out Mother's Basement. And so we went up, and we literally one of the best panels I've ever fucking seen. One of the best presentations on the big screen. And that is why I love Mother's Basement. And ever since then, my brother has been on the anime community. He's like, have you seen that new upload from Heavenly Controller? Yes, that con did a lot for me. And the best thing about that con is that was the debut of Crunchyroll. And I have been to every single Crunchyroll con ever since then. So, that was the first Crunchyroll. And the funny thing about it is, after I blew up at Fanime 2018, they moved the Crunchyroll convention from the Santa Clara Convention Center to the San Jose McHenry Center, the same center that holds Fanime. And that really blew my mind. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. I know what's happening. And I went there and it blew my mind. So, one thing I have to tell you guys, I wasn't big off cosplaying until that last Fanime 2018. A part about what made me huge, besides that, I was like, dude, I saw some cosplays I have never seen before, like Android 13, not Fanime, not Crunchyroll, but you know, at Fanime I met all these unique cosplays. And so I'm like, hey, I want to give it a try. So Crunchyroll was the debut. The second Crunchyroll I did to was the debut of my very first cosplay. And I made a thing. I'm going to cosplay only black people characters only. So the very first cosplay I did was Killick from Soul Eater. And funny enough, if you do your research about why he put Killick in the anime, he said specifically because there are not enough black people in anime. So that was really the premise. I got to meet a whole lot of new people. So when I went to Crunchyroll for the second time I went to that con, it was freaking amazing. It's like, it blew my expectations. The main thing about Crunchyroll, what makes it different from Fanime, is the main factor that Fanime is already established. But at the same time, it's been established for a long time. Like I said before in my previous videos, it's been established ever since I've been in high school. But Crunchyroll, for the second time, was the nastiest convention I have ever been to. Because of the fact that they did so well for the little time that they had. So what happened was this. They had a kickoff party, and when I went there, I got to see not only unique cosplays, just like Fanime, I got to see a whole lot more dank shit. I got to see Goku with Goofy Afro, Super Saiyan Max Goofy Afro. And it was hella fucking dope, and me and him actually had a battle, like we battled two people in unison. It was fucking crazy, you know? And that was really fun. The kickoff party had a whole lot of stuff that I already liked. I got to meet some really cool people there. Yeah, that shit was good. But when I worked with my brother for the first time I cosplayed, man, that shit was lit. I got to see people who were checking up on my YouTube channel. I made a video saying why I stopped playing sports, and I put the video characters as slam dunk. Then basically because of how I envisioned playing sports versus what reality was, and how I was kinda, you know what I'm saying, if you go back and watch that video, why I stopped playing sports on my channel, I got to actually see Sakuragi Hanamichi in the flesh. In that Crunchyroll convention, I got to see so many different people. It blew my mind how good it was. They had a plushy pool. They had everything. Like, Fanime did not have this the second time. Fanime didn't have that, period. And what I have to say is my killer cosplay was A1. It was hella freaking on point. I literally asked the barber, shout out to Mars Reviews, because he actually is funny enough. He said, I would be a total weeb if I asked the barber to make me Killick from Soul Eater, because he's like the top 10 best black characters in Black History Month. So, and one of his characters was Killick from Soul Eater. He's like, oh, well, I'll look like a total weeb. But I did it! I went up to that barber shop. I paid my motherfucking loot. And I got that Killick haircut specifically so I can cosplay. Yes. Yes. So, with that being said, what really blew my fucking mind was I had an even better idea for day 2. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a long video, so bear with me, people. So, day 2, I chose the main protagonist of this series, Jumungand. And his name is Jonah. I got a King Kaneki white wig, and I got a black hoodie. I made sure I came through with the strap. I made sure I came through with the gear for Jonah. And I killed that shit. It was so freaking crazy. And I even got to see a black Big Mama, as funny as it was, from OP, of course. But yeah, a Big Mama I got to meet at Crunchyroll that day. I even got to smoke wax with Big Mom. Literally, it's kind of funny now that I think about it, like in the parallel. It was so fucking cool. I got to see Inuyasha, a hella sexy ass cross bend of Inuyasha. She had yellow eyes, but I could tell they're a natural and shit. I'm like, ugh. So, okay. That whole first second, man, my cosplays were so lit. And literally, that was the main pursuit. But another great thing about that Crunchyroll was I got to meet RDC Roll. Kind of funny. Yes, yes. More black people. Yes, yes. So, well, not being a soft story, but I love RDC World, but I got to see him while I was in my killer cosplay. It was also represent. So, yes, I got to see the legendary RDC World, and I got to ask them questions. I got to get their autograph. I got everything from that very first anime. Me and my brother Lily Mob. That was so fucking cool. Now, I have to put that out there because that literally was what made my flight school freshman year the shit. The very fucking shit. That was 100% professional. I even got to talk to the background people. I got to see behind the scenes the people who run the place. I got to let them get to know a little bit of my personality. And they're like, hey, you know a lot about anime. You know, and there are a lot of people who are asking me about my Jordan cosplay. Hey, who is that character from? I'm like, are you sure you don't know who it's from? It's dubbed on Funimation. You see, I got the freaking hooks, you know, and that is why I love that Crunchyroll. Now, that is the history of the first Crunchyroll and the second Crunchyroll. The first one we saw Mother's Basement, and the second one we saw RDC World, which is really freaking good because that literally not only rose up my fame and popularity as anime, you know, YouTuber, but it also let me know that I did great for my first try, and I did my research, and I really put in the work. So let's go on to the third Crunchyroll. Now this is where it kind of gets a little bit shaky, but it really goes above and beyond. Okay, so the third Crunchyroll went like this. Okay, so we all know what happened about that huge misunderstanding that went on with Fanime 2019. Okay, so we all know about that, but let me just get that out the way because it builds up to what happened at Crunchyroll. Now, I made a video about the rise and fall and rise again of One Piece. So one of my ideas ever since 2018 was, I'm like, okay, so I did pretty good as Killick. Who should I be for next year for Crunchyroll? And I chose my favorite admiral from One Piece, Kizaru. And I literally killed every single point, decimal, whatever you want to call it. I obliterated the whole light show. And that is why I love Kizaru. The whole outfit was clean, the drip was really hard, and not only was I consistent, I redeemed my reputation from Fanime with Kizaru. That is how much of an impact I made. So the whole thing with that is I got to show my other side, my character interaction about how I'm not one-dimensional, like how I was at Fanime. I was never one-dimensional. I'm just saying that for a context for this video because of the main fact of that Crunchyroll was literally lit, and that he's like, are you Kizaru? Like everybody like taking pictures and stuff. It was so freaking cool. I got to make jokes. I got to see my comedic side. I have a whole lot of material on Instagram, but I also will be uploading more and more of my comedy side through cosplay on YouTube. So that Kizaru was A1. I was doing hella good. The security guards looked at me like, hey, what's up, boss? And you know, they literally treated me with the utmost respect. Like the exact opposite how I was treated at that last con that year. And that is why I went crazy. And I felt like that was the perfect idea for me to be Kizaru. So, now here's where things get hella fucking shaky, alright? What happened was this, is like, since it was a setup for that Fanime, they didn't expect me to be an intellectual. They thought I was going to be a stereotypical, you know, a stereotypical black guy. And they thought I was going to be ignorant or throughout the whole way. He's like, oh, why is the convention center giving them another chance? Oh, we called him this and that. Oh, he does that. But they weren't saying shit when I was Kizaru because I was literally interacting with everyone, you know? There was a Trafalgar Law cosplay. Stop right there, Supernova. Literally shutting shit down everywhere. You know, just letting know, like, yo, this is me. I am Kizaru. Every fucking where I look. What a little thing, you know? Literally saying what's up, you know? Crazy. You know? And, yeah, but, so, with that out the way, because I did so good that first day, that third time I went to Crunchyroll, I hit something hard the second day. Now, what happened was, the first day it was cool because, you know, nobody's gonna doubt that literally one of the most popular characters in One Piece. So that got out the way. So let me give you a little insider about the next cosplay I did. So I chose to be Connie from Attack on Titan. And boy, was that shit crazy, because I had to wait for Kizaru the first day. I literally did my own hair job for Kizaru the first day, and I literally had my brother hook me up with the widow's peak and the fade so I could be Connie, and I was a great Connie. And what happened was this, so the security guards, what happened was this. The first day, they knew it was me because they said the same thing that they said to me at Fanmade. Hey, what's up, boss? Hey, what's up, boss? Because you know what I said in the previous Fanmade video? I'm the only reason why they have Crunchyroll at the San Jose McHenry Center. Alright? So with that out the way, why the fuck were the security guards acting so anal the second day when I was recording? Because I was killing shit and I looked sexy as shit with my new fade. I looked dead on Connie. And literally, that was the haymaker. So the security guards looked at me like, drip, drip, drip. We gotta stop this man. He's on a riot. Literally, that's what the fuck happened. You know, everybody was all like, damn, those security guards were stupid as fuck. What happened was people started complaining the second day, not the first day. I'm like, why are they complaining the second day? There was just as much people the first day as there was the second. Why? The whole fucking time you knew I was Kizaru and you knew I was this other person from Akira Toriyama. I was an original cosplay the first day, so they labeled me something that's basically illegal. You can't get into cons. The very first day, let's backtrack a little bit, because this is a very, very important part I forgot to say. I made my own original cosplay that was called Flylark, and that was a parody of Akira Toriyama's name puns on food, and Flylark is basically Flylark from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and the beauty behind that cosplay with me and Flylark was Flylark and Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, people, bear with me. He is based off the stereotypical black guy that I am. The black guy with a little bit of street smarts that dropped out of community college is exactly what I based that off of. Now, that is literally like so cool, so literally. Excuse my fanboy. Now, that was so important for me to say because they checked my ID and they let me into the con knowing that I have everything. And your ID is everything in America, people. Don't act like I did not show up. I faced everything, all that freaking what people say about me for family went out the water, and they accepted me as Frylock, so they can't say shit. And literally, and I killed shit for Kizaru. So what happened was this. Okay, so when I was Connie, I was killing shit. I was just hella fucking bomb. So the security guards like tried to, you know how when you go past policemen as a black man society, you know, when a police slows down and they look at you and you're not scared, that means you didn't do anything wrong. That's the first thing they see. And so the security guards knew I wasn't scared, and they circled around me like, what the fuck are you circling around me? I was here for a whole day and a half, like, excuse me. And they're just looking at me, and they're like, and so one of them put my hands on me like, no touchy, no touchy. You invited me in. What the fuck are you putting your hands on me for? He's like, oh, we just want to talk. And I'm like, okay, about what? And they were stuttering while they were talking to me because they knew they were doing something wrong. You see, one thing I have to let you know, like I said in the Dark Game video, that sometimes people will do something unprofessional in order to get a stupid point across just because they don't like it personally, even though it's illegal. What happens is people don't want to fight that shit, and people do not. This is a little insight from us black people and people who have rights. They literally try to pull some street smart shit on me, like, this and that. They're just people talking shit. If they're just people talking shit, tell them to fuck off. I am the boss, right? So why does it matter what they say? And so literally, because I was killing shit, not only in character interaction, but I was killing cosplay too. So that was the whole reason. They were getting jealous, and the security guards did something stupid, and they're like, hey, can I talk to your boss? I'm like, dude, you already pulled me over before. Why didn't you talk to me the time you pulled me over? Because they were loading up the bullshit excuse. They were loading up what they could say, but they couldn't say, because I'm all like, yo, If I was not allowed in here, it doesn't matter if people complain, you should have already done it by now. And literally, I already proved to them I wasn't what they accused me for, but literally, I knew I wasn't welcome there spiritually. Legally, I was welcome there. I'm the fucking boss. I'm like, okay, let's see how well it does without my help. Ooh. Now that was crazy, yo. So yeah. Yeah, but without a doubt, that was my entire time at the convention was still a plus. Now, plus ultra. Now, I need you guys to understand that just because we have technical difficulties does not mean I'm out the game. Now, one thing I need to make clear is that I did everything right, and you guys need to know that you guys have rights, and that when you work hard on something, like I said, the rise and fall of One Piece, when you work hard on something, you have the right to talk shit because you put in the work. I have the right to tell them off because I already won. I have the right to do that shit because I did my research, and I did everything I put on, not only for me and my color, but I did everything for the cosplay community as a whole. So, yes, that is my history of Crunchyroll. 2017, 18, and 19. This is your boy Mood Tricks, and I hope you have a great Friday.